All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our new coach Getting Started Right call, where you're going to learn the basics about coaching and what this whole coaching deal is and how to build a business. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you guys have slides, and I need slides for myself because I need to keep myself on task. So let me go ahead and exit all these things that are going to completely and totally take my attention away, and let's bring up our slides. I'm going to minimize this here. If you have any questions, please feel free to throw them in the chat and I am happy to answer them. If not, unmute yourself. I'm happy to speak to you. So welcome to Getting Started Right. You are part of a kind of a branch of a larger team called Diesel Nation. We are Empowered to Rise. I have been a coach for 6.5 years. In January, it'll be 7. Just so you have an idea of who I am, I started way back in 2013 with T25 when we still had just DVDs. And I needed something that was short and something quick, and I asked my husband for T25 for my birthday. I mean, not for my birthday, for Christmas. And he was adamant about not getting it for me. And I was adamant with letting him know that I needed to have it because that was the only way that I was going to feel good about myself. I wanted to lose the extra weight that I was carrying. I was just miserable. And of course, you know, he was just concerned of what everybody else would think about a husband purchasing a workout program for their wife or his wife. So I jumped in completely all in. I was like my last resort to start T25. And I ended up with great results. I was a Shakeology skeptic. I didn't start Shakeology until I was about 3 weeks into the program. I was gaining weight still while everybody else was losing weight, and they had energy, they had zero cravings. And I was like, okay, well, maybe there's something to the shake. So I jumped on Shakeology with a discount option because I wasn't foolish about it. I was like, I want to save money while I'm doing it. And then as I was sharing my results and I was sharing what I was doing, people asked questions and people wanted to jump on. So there you go. That's my story. And here I am almost 7 years later building a team and helping others build their own team. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. When you first begin as a coach, your main job is to focus on yourself. This is part of, you know, it's a full transformation that you're going to go through. Number one thing you want to do is commit to a program. We are not salespeople. What we're doing is we're sharing our story and we're sharing what it is that these products have done for us and how it's changed our lives. So you want to live and love the lifestyle. So for me, when I first started and I was not drinking Shakeology those first few weeks, I wasn't able to share the benefits of Shakeology because I never drank it. Once I started drinking it and I stopped being such a jerk and stopped being the skeptic that I was able to really open up to the benefits of Shakeology, and I was able to share that. So live and love the lifestyle. Share your journey authentically. You know, I know as a new coach, we get very, very excited, and I was one of those people where I shared stock photos of the new programs that were coming out, and it wasn't really working. But once I started sharing my story and I started sharing transformation posts and things like that, that's when people really started to connect with me and really started asking questions about what I was doing. So share your story authentically, help people change their life with programs, products, and our community. You know, for me, I'm an introvert. I like to be alone all the time, and it took this community to pull me out of that little bubble that I like to be in, and it's just really amazing to be surrounded by a group of people, even if it's virtually, surrounded by a group of people that want the best for you and genuinely cheer for you. Like today we had a huge history-making moment. Monica Lopez, one of our coaches, has advanced her business to 15-star qualifications. Now, qualification, there is a 6-week qualification period, but we know for a fact she totally has this in the bag. 15-star diamond is the highest rank that you can achieve in the company. It's a huge, huge deal. And it's all about community, and it's all about sharing her story authentically. Next, you want to tell those people they can help other people change their life with the products. You want to build a team. For me, it was very easy to say, hey, look at the results that you're getting. You know that you can help other people do the same thing. That's basically all we're doing. And I just sign people up, have them get started the same way that you got started. Easy. And take care of you. Always you first, always family first, and then all the fun stuff here, okay? All right, next, you want to use your resources. We have a ton of resources available to you. We have the Coach Online Office. If you haven't logged into the Coach Online Office yet, I strongly recommend that you do. Just log on to teambeachbody.com. You're going to sign into the Coach portal. You're probably going to have to put your email and your password in again to get into the Coach portal. But if you go into grow my business or monitor my business, and this is stuff that you can kind of do behind the scenes and kind of play around, and check it out, you're gonna see there's a ton of resources in the training tab. I'm in love with all the new trainings that are available. They're short, they're sweet, they're to the point, they get the information to you quickly. So definitely check out the Coach Online Office. The team page, I'm consistently sharing information. We have our team calls every week. CoachFAQ.com. If you have a question that maybe myself or your personally sponsored coach is not available to answer, you can always go to coachfaq.com, or you can even Google. YouTube and Google will have those answers. I always call Google University of Google because you will find all the answers at Google. It will literally take you to the Beachbody FAQ page. If you have a question in Google, it's crazy. Trainings and team calls. Here's one of your trainings. I have team calls every week on Tuesdays, and there I share all sorts of information. We have guest speakers when I have other coaches that are available to come in and teach. I talked about objections last week, so I'm here filling your cup with everything that you need to run your business successfully. Your challenge group and your business activity tracker. I don't have one loosey-goosey here that I can show you. Actually, yes, I do. This business activity tracker right here is gold. It shows you exactly what it is that you need to do. Me, that I've been in the business for 7 years, I still use one every single day. I have it attached to my planner, and I use it every single day to track my business. I have to come back and check off everything that I've done, but this is how I track my business on a daily basis. So the business activity tracker is super duper important. Your challenge group has resources also. For fitness and for recipes. The blog, there's so much information out there for you. You just have to take a peek. You have to just kind of look for it. Every Monday we have something called the National Wake Up Call. Carl Daigler, our CEO, will jump on sometimes and just kind of pour into us and motivate us and just really pump us up for what's to come. And there's usually a top coach in the network that is sharing best practices, what it is that they have found that works best for them, how to build their business, how to grow their team, and how to grow an income for their family. And then we have our team calls on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Every single Tuesday we get together. I like to call it our family get together because I get to see everybody's face and we get to kind of chit chat and learn together. So it's really a great time to get together. So let's talk about one of the basics. This is like phase one of your business, and we are constantly in phase one. The 4 vital behaviors, you're going to hear that a lot with Beachbody coaches, with our CEO, with just about everybody. Even our top coaches still focus on the 4 vital behaviors. We call it phase 1. So you first and foremost, remember how we talked about you want to focus on yourself first? Well, you want to be the proof that the products do work. How can you sell something or promote something that you in fact are not using to its best ability or to its maximum potential, right? Basically, do your workouts and drink your shake. Follow your nutrition plan, drink your water, show up for yourself every single day. And when you do so, people will watch, people will look, people will listen, people will want to know what you're doing and want to get started with you. I just posted my before and afters on my stories. I actually have to post them on my Instagram posts so people can see my first 3 weeks of MBF. Results, which are insane to me. I lost 5 pounds and 6.5 inches in 3 weeks. That's crazy. And I ate using a portion control system. I had some Prosecco. I had some cake. You know, it blows my mind still. So next, you want to do personal development. I don't know any other company anywhere that requires you to improve not only your body, your health, but your mind as well. 10 minutes a day will change your life. I make it a point to read 10 pages a day just because I just feel like I get more meat that way, but 10 minutes a day, and that is compounded over time. is amazing. So 10 minutes a day of any personal development. I love The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. I also love the book called Start. It's called Start, and that's from Jon Acuff. He talks about just getting started, just doing it, because so many people get stuck in paralysis and they're analyzing. It's analysis paralysis. So those are two great books to start from: The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy or Start by Jon Acuff. Okay. Next, you want to share, you want to connect, you want to invite, and you want to follow up. All of that is in here. Yes, one of my goals is to pay off a credit card. So everything is here. Share, connect, invite, and follow up. Share your journey on social media. Some people have private social media, and that's okay, because you can still pick up the phone and have conversations with those people who are following you. Talk to people. Invite them to join your next group. Next month, we have another group starting August 3rd. I'm probably going to have another group starting in a couple weeks after that. And that's who I'm inviting. That's where I'm inviting people to. I need a place to gather everybody together, to get that energy. People are ready to jump on. After all this time in quarantine, after all this time with social distancing, this is a beautiful place virtually. Of course, it's virtual, but it's a great place for us to get together and just really have that community that a lot of us are craving that. So, and then finally, recognition and get people results. There is nothing more powerful and more humbling to me and more just like, I don't know, it fills my cup. I just got a message today. When I get a message from somebody who's thanking me for what they've accomplished. For me, I mean, I did nothing. All I did was believe in them. All I did was just cheer them on. And it feels so, so good to help people do that. I'm going to be recognizing this one coach that actually has been doing a fantastic job. She's like, I'm 2 days away from finishing my first program ever, and she's actually eating veggies. Like, that's the biggest win for her, is that she's eating vegetables. So we're going to celebrate that. So make sure you are celebrating your challengers, number one, because a lot of people don't get recognized for anything at work. I mean, I was a teacher for 15 years, and I know recognition came in very little like spurts, but for sure I had somebody talking to me. If I had a parent that said something bad, or somebody was blaming me for something, you better believe somebody was talking to me. So I don't know that there's a lot of industries out there that are recognizing their employees. We love to recognize. We are crazy about that. Let me go ahead and check the chat. Something just popped up. Yep, there you go. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So with teaching, yeah, not all the good stuff comes to us, right? All right. So we're all about recognition. We love to recognize our coaches, our challengers, each other. So you're going to see a lot of that. All right. So let's talk about your first goal as a coach. Okay, Success Club. I remember when I first started as a coach, I had no idea what Success Club was. My coach just said, go help people with challenge packs or go help them with Shakeology on Home Direct. I was like, okay, she was successful and I wanted to be successful. So I did what she told me. So here I'm going to give it to you a little bit more clearly rather than just tell you, go help people with challenge packs. So we have Success Club. And basically what that is you just help 3 people get started with a program and Shakeology, which is our challenge pack. And I have a feeling a couple of you guys started this way. So if you started with a challenge pack, whether it was 10 rounds or NBF or maybe just the base challenge pack, this is how you started. And your coach earned 2 points towards Success Club. You start with friends and family as you grow your cold market. So don't worry about talking to strangers or building your market that way. Right now, you're in a prime time, in a prime opportunity space, I guess you can say, where you're talking to your warm market, your friends, your family. Those who know, love, and trust you are definitely going to jump in with you. I know that for a fact. And there's some family members that are going to wait and watch. I have a cousin who finally, after 6.5 years of me doing this, jumped on and decided to join me. So it takes some time with some of them. Okay, what's really awesome about Success Club is that if you achieve Success Club within your first 6 months of being a coach, you earn a free ticket to Summit. If you earn Success Club all year, every month, you earn a free trip. So this year, we're all going to Riviera Maya. Those of us who qualified for this, every Success Club point earns you a dollar amount, like $10 towards this trip. So if you're hitting Success Club every month, you're gonna receive an invite to go with us to Riviera Maya. Now, knock on wood, well, everything's open by then. The trip is in April? I think it's April 2021. So hopefully by then we will have like travel restrictions will be lifted and we'll be able to, go have fun on a beach together with people. It would be amazing. Achieving Success Club within your first 6 months also not only earns you a free ticket to Summit, which is like a $290 value, you also have the opportunity to be part of a test group. So we just had the MBF test group participants share their results. A lot of those coaches were coaches who hit Success Club in their first 6 months. A lot of them do it in their first 3 months, and we always say just get it done in your first 3 months because you'll end up in that test group pool quicker and you'll earn your free ticket to Summit faster. Go for it that way. So your first goal is to hit Success Club and do it those first 3 months and continue doing it. Once you get into the swing of things, you'll earn it. So you'll have 6 months as a new coach to make that happen. I always challenge my coaches to do it in the first 3 months. So free ticket to Summit, plus you're going to be in the test group, plus if you keep doing it, you're going to have a free trip. When was the last time somebody gave you a trip for helping others? Yeah, exactly. Let me check the chat. No, I don't want to stop share. Sorry. Sorry about that. I wanted to see the chat. My bad. It didn't work for me. Did I hide the chat somewhere? Okay. Do completion count? Yes. Oh my gosh, Melissa, thank you so much for mentioning that. Yes, completion packs also count. And that's for, and what completion packs are, thank you so much for mentioning that. Completion packs are packs where if somebody already has a Beachbody On Demand subscription, and this is the annual Beachbody On Demand subscription, if somebody starts with a completion pack, that's the Shakeology. For example, the MBF completion pack comes with the Shakeology, the ropes, the containers, the nutrition plans, all of that stuff. You will earn 2 points as well. I'll definitely have to update that here in my new coach training, because yes, completion packs do count. So if you have anybody who's on an annual Beachbody On Demand subscription, but they don't have the Shakeology, they can definitely jump on with a completion pack, which is great. All right, next. So let's talk about your program, okay? So I started with T25, right? And you want to commit to a program. You want to commit to a start date. So a lot of coaches are starting on August 3rd. You want to invite people to your August 3rd. I know it's the 30th, but it's okay. Get people started because they'll have access immediately to Beachbody On Demand and they can get started that way. Everything is digital, so they'll have access to everything. The only thing they'll be missing is the Shakeology and the bod ropes and the containers, which is okay. We can work around that. If you feel more comfortable doing so, go ahead and, oh, I have a spelling mistake there. Sorry. The teacher in my brain, I didn't proofread it as well as I should have. You can always decide to have a different program start date. So August 3rd is this coming Monday. So August 10th, you can start promoting your next group August 10th, right? So you can either host your own group or team up with another coach to run a group together, or you can add your first challengers. Wow, that's a lot of spelling mistakes. Sorry. Add your first challengers to our team challenge group. So I have a challenge group open already. Check with your personally sponsored coach, your upline coach, to see if they have a group that's open already and partner with them. That way you can see how it's run. It's very easy to run. Bod Groups is fantastic. It is seamless. It's very easy to use. And Beachbody supplies everything that you need. You don't have to come up with any kind of post. You can literally copy and paste the post that Beachbody has created for you and do that. So this is how I promoted, my next program. I had a call to action. The 16 days had separated this, these pictures. I had started an 80-day obsession, and this was just my way to show people, look, these work. If you put the work in, it's going to work. And that's why I'm constantly taking pictures. You want to show progress. You want to show your journey. I hope this makes sense. And I'm sorry about these spelling mistakes. I got to go back and fix that. I thought we were good. My bad. The teachers in the room, I ask for your forgiveness. All right, so your first invites, the first crew of people you're going to invite, what you want to do is become a conversation expert. Your goal is to connect with 3 to 5 people a day 20 to 25 people a week when you first start coaching. Now, this doesn't mean that you're messaging people and saying, hey, you want to join my group? No, this has to do with building relationships with people and making connections. You want to start conversations and build relationships with these people, because then they're going to see your journey. Once Instagram or Facebook connects you with these people, you're constantly going to be showing up in their feed, and they're going to see what you're doing, and they're going to be curious, and they're going to watch your stories, and they're going to want to know more. Be brief, excited, and every message with a question or a CTA. A CTA is a call to action. So yesterday, I think I posted a picture of myself and my daughter after our workout, and I had so many people who liked it. So I reached out to those people who weren't coaches or who weren't challengers already, and I said, hey, thanks so much for the love that you showed on my post with my daughter. I am so excited that she decided to jump on and be active with me. Do you have kids, or are your kids active as well? I ended it with a question because I want to continue that conversation with them. I want to find a connection, right? And it's not necessarily that I'm going to invite them to a group. It could just be that our conversation is about our kids and the conversation ends. But then a couple days later, I'm going to go back and see what she's doing on her page, comment and like on her posts, and really engage with her. Because if I feel like she could benefit from this program or benefit from Beachbody, I'm going to invite her. I have no problem inviting people because she may need what I have. Find their need before you fix their need. So when you do invite somebody and they're like, yeah, you know what, I would like some more information. What I always do is I ask what their goals are. What are your goals? What are your health and fitness goals? Is it weight loss? Is it toning up? Is it gaining weight? Is it gaining muscle? What have you tried in the past, and why is now the right time to get started on your health and fitness journey? I ask all those questions. I tell them, while I get that information for you, can you share with me what your health and fitness goals are, why this is the right time for you to get started? I want to know. I want to listen more than I speak, or I want to read more than I speak, right? You want to ask questions to find out what the problem is so you can give them the right solution. Not everybody's going to benefit from MBF. Now, it's a great value, and you can find a different program for them in our library, and that's what I tell people. MBF is the way to go for sure, because you already have access to the program when you're ready to hit it. Maybe there's another program that they want to do. Maybe they want to do yoga, or they want to do PiYo, which is a Pilates yoga infused program. You can help them based on what they're sharing with you. And recognize and welcome objections as part of the process. I love getting objections. I know it sounds crazy, but I'd rather get objections than silence. When people are giving me objections, we're automatically conditioned. Our brains are always protecting us from danger. And when we think of cost, or, oh my gosh, how much is this going to be, or whatever the case may be, people are going to be a little standoffish, and they're going to throw an objection out to you. But because you've already had that conversation with them about their goals and why now is the right time, you can always come back and use that information that they shared with you to remind them of why they're getting started. Because it's so easy for people to say, oh my God, maybe this is not the right thing for me. But we know that this is the right thing for them because we know it works, okay? We have scripts up the yin yang that you can use and make your own so that it sounds like you, because you don't want to sound like a robot, and you don't want to send the same message to 50 people a day, because that's not cool either. You don't want to be a spammer. And you want to always follow up. Follow up forever is what I say, until they tell you to stop or they block you. So either they're going to tell me to take a hike, or they're going to block me, and that's the end of the conversation. But everybody is a not now until they say yes. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm constantly talking to people. One of my new coaches, I spoke to her for 3 years, constantly following up, and she finally signed up, and she's kicking butt right now. She's doing an amazing job. So don't be afraid of the cost objections. They're going to come. It is what it is. But for the value, especially with MBF right now, it's insane to me that Beachbody is offering the sale until tomorrow. I promise you it's going to end. August 1st, it's going to be gone. And don't show up and throw up. I mean, we get so excited. We want to say everything to everybody, but we don't. We want to listen. We want to know what the problem is, and we want to help them find the solution. Okay? I hope that all makes sense. All right, your second goal as a coach, right away, you can do this in 24 hours, is to achieve Emerald rank. So right now, you're either sitting at coach or you're an active coach. And right now you're kind of like, okay, what do I do next? What's the next thing I want to do? Your first goal to happen immediately is to become an emerald. How do I do that? Find two people. I signed up my spouse, and Jen Bello was one of my other coaches who signed up with me. She was she's my first coach up there. She and my husband are my first two coaches. And the reason she signed up was she was already in love with Shakeology, and I shared with her the coaching opportunity, and I shared with her the coach discount, and she was like, man, I love Shakeology, I might as well save some money on it, and she signed up. So I was able to achieve Emerald. Actually, I took a little bit longer, but I achieved it in a week. So that's your first goal, okay, is to achieve Emerald, and you can do that literally tonight. If you put your mind to it, you can make it happen. Spouse, best friend, mother, cousin, best friend, anybody who will support you and you know that would benefit from this lifestyle and that would benefit from this opportunity. You can make it happen. So that's my challenge to you. Make it happen in 24 hours. All right. Next, sharing your journey on social media. Yes, you're a coach, and it's very exciting to want to share all the things about coaching, especially when we start doing live events again, when we have our Zoom calls, when we have our, no snooze crew. You want to just share all of it. You want to share your entire journey, at least one post a day. I find that one post a day is pretty sufficient for me. Sometimes I can throw two there. But you can see here, I'm more than just a coach. Yep, I'm showing you my transformation post. I have a cute little, booty pop pic there, a pic of myself. A cosmetic company had reached out to help promote their products, so I did. You know that I'm a mom. I cheered in high school. Like, there's different aspects of my life. This is my coach, Christina Delgado. I'm sure you know who she is. She has the most flawless, beautiful social media, and that's just because she's curated and this is just her thing, and she's been a coach for 10 years, so she kind of has a good idea of how to do it. But you can see, there's her and her sister, they're jumping into the ocean. This was in Italy when they went to Italy a few years ago. The challenge that we've all been tagged on, I'm sure. She's showing her family, all these different things. She's a Fabletics, not administrator, ambassador. So she's always talking about her workout outfits. But you want to think, okay, before I post this, what is my audience going to get from this? Am I sharing value? Am I, helping them, with maybe a meal prep ideas, or, kind of some kind of inspiration, some kind of education? Or is it just kind of like, here I am, I just got my workout in, here's my sweaty selfie? No. Use that opportunity to share a story. If you go into my Instagram, you'll see that I share stories. I love Instagram for that. Instagram is my story place. And I love to share stories. I shared a story about, just a quick little tidbits about my mom today, how I miss her, type of deal. And it's just because that I'm letting people into who I am, not just talking about Beachbody. Because if not, you become white noise and people will just scroll past, even if you have an amazing story to share on social. So make sure that you have everything kind of, just a nice little balance, I guess, of who you are. All right, here we go. We're just trucking along here. All right, power of consistency and patience. So I wanted to show you, this is one of my first posts. I started in December of 2013 with T25, and then in January 8th, 2014 is when I signed up as a coach. February is when 21 Day Fix was released, and it was like a super huge game changer for our company, and I was so excited, and I posted a stock photo of 21 Day Fix. I didn't know any better. I was like, I'm going to promote it. I'm so excited about it. And I was actually looking at my feed, and it was just like throwing up 21 Day Fix. I became white noise, right? So here you can see I had 2 likes, 3 likes, and 0 comments. It's not personalized. It's not scroll stopping. It screams sales because you're just posting a product. What good is that going to do for me? And there's no story, right? I didn't share anything. I just got the best news ever. The 21 Day Fix is no longer on back order. You can order it now. Who's ready? Bah. I sound like a salesperson, right? Then, why is it February 2014? That's the wrong date. This was 2 years later, 2016. I have to fix that too. Man, I suck at proofreading my stuff. Sorry, guys. So this was a couple years later, And I shared my story. It started with a decision. I started almost 2.5 years ago. I'm still a work in progress, but back then I was tired of settling. I was tired of mediocrity. I was tired of making excuses. I was tired of rationalizing my poor health. I was tired enough to make a change. I had finally faced reality. How could I reach my potential and achieve my dreams lacking energy, confidence, and health? So I moved on, and I continue my story there, and talking about how it was more scary for me to stay stagnant into who I was then than to do something new and what seemed scarier for me. And I think a lot of people can relate to that, right? It was personalized, it's eye-catching, people kind of pay attention because it's the same pose, but it's, 10, 11 days apart. It's eye-catching, people will stop their scroll for a transformation pic or a progress pic 9 times out of 10. Shares my journey, I'm talking about where I was and what I wanted to become, and it tells my story. It tells a story of how I was feeling one day. It doesn't have to be a long story. You can share a short story, but something that will bring somebody into who you are and what your journey is for you, right? Because you're attracting your tribe. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, what would you do with an extra $800? I love this stuff. This is my favorite one because I've seen it in action and it's absolutely amazing. So let's say you just started this month as a new coach. This is your first, second day as a coach, right? So you decide, okay, you know what? Yep, I'm jumping in. I'm going to help 3 people today, and I'm going to make $50 as a referral fee for each person that starts with the challenge pack, with MBF, as a coach, whatever the case may be. So that's $50 times 3 because you earn $50 per challenge pack. You just made $150. Whoop, whoop, winning. What can you do with $150, right? Month 2, let's just say that's all you do that first month. The second month, you get your new customer commission, which is, again, you're helping 3 new people get started, and each person you make $50, so that's $150, plus those 3 people from that first month, from last month, their Shakeology is going to process again, and we make $32 off of each bag of Shakeology that is processed and sent because it's on Home Direct. So not only are you making that $150 again, right, on month 2, but you're also making the commission from those 3 Shakeologies from the month before. So that's $246 in month 2. So let's talk about month 3. You're on fire. You're going after Success Starter. You want that summit ticket. You want to be in a test group. You are on fire. You are ready to help 3 more people this month. So you get that new customer commission, 3 people, $50 each person, so you get the $150, right? So not only do you get the commission from the Shakeology HDs of the people that you helped from month 2, but you're also getting the commissions from those month 1 customers whose next Shakeology is going to ship, and you make $32 times 6, $192. So now you make $396. So you add all those totals together, you have made $800. What can you do with $800? I mean, how amazing would that be, right? So you help 3 people a month enroll with a challenge pack and have 90 PV on HD. That's Success Club. It's all about challenge packs, completion packs. Also help with, are part of this as well. So that's basically what you're doing. And challenge packs and completion packs are literally the most valuable way people can get started. I was one of those. I spent so much money when I got started. I purchased just T25, so it was just the program, and I think it was like $105 then. Then I decided to go with Shakeology, so I had to buy the Shakeology and then pay the $40 coaching. I paid like $250 to start as a coach when I could have just started with, I think the challenge pack for T25 back then was like $180. So when you share the value and you break it down, because some people need you to break down the price, they're going to see the value of everything that they're getting, and this is the way to go. So, just dream. You can make this happen. 100% you can make it happen, okay? All right, so what's next? Now that you have all this information in your pocket, what's next? So we have a new Coach University, and that's at dieselnationacademy.com. You can go there. You can also go into your back office, like I shared in the training videos. You can find everything there. And you already got your new coach information here, the basics, and then you're going to want to dig in and ask questions with your coach and find out more information from them. You want to commit to your program, so decide on your start date. Are you going to start on August 3rd with us? Are you going to start on August 10th? You need to make a firm decision on when you're going to go after your transformation. Drink your shake, do your personal development. This business this business is simple. When it comes, it's hard because you're going to hear a lot of no's. I've heard tons of no's, but I know that the faster I get through those no's, I'm going to get to those yeses, and I'm going to get to those people who want to join me, okay? And that's going to happen. You're going to get to some no's, and it's okay because it just means it's not now, okay? So personal development helps you. Here, again, my favorite book to begin with is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, and Start by Jon Acuff. I read both those books when I had first started. I know I was reading them in February, March, and they were game changers for me. So definitely start there if you don't have a personal development book that you're reading right now. Start sharing your journey and inviting others to join you. If you haven't done your Coach Coming Out post, do your Coach Coming Out post. Share with people. Why was it that this attracted you? Why did you get started with coaching? What is it that you dream? What do you see yourself achieving and creating, and what is it that you want to do by helping other women, in this journey, and why is it that you personally got started? It's your Coach Coming Out post, okay? Don't be a ninja coach. Don't be in secret, right? Go for it even if you don't feel ready or need to finish training. Just like I told you, when I first started, my coach said just go help people with challenge packs. I said, okay. And then go help people with Shakeology HD. And I said, okay. And she said, help people become discount coaches so that they can save on their Shakeology. I said, okay. I basically was like, okay, I was ignorance on fire. I didn't know what Success Club was until like May, when I had qualified for the trip. That year, 2014, there was a cruise, and it was just, they didn't have space for me on the boat, but I had qualified, and I didn't even realize, I didn't know how I did it. So ignorance on fire is a great place to be also. Don't get overwhelmed. If you're feeling overwhelmed, we are here to help you. We're here for you. Take it one step at a time, one conversation at a time, one goal at a time. And of course, you know what your first goal is. Your first goal is Emerald, 2 coaches, 24 hours. I know you can do it. Okay. And finally, mindset matters. This is why we're so gung-ho about personal development. It's so, so important to dig into personal development, because that's going to help you in those times when it's a little difficult, or when you're getting some objections and you're not sure where to go. We have objections all the time. Reach out to us, text us, oh my God, this is what they said to me. We will guide you through that conversation and help you overcome those objections, okay? So I love this. One of our top coaches said this. She says, you'll be as successful as you are consistent. This business takes consistency. Every single day you're going to feel like you're showing up and showing up and showing up and nothing happens. And then one day people are like, okay, I'm ready. And you're like, oh my gosh, it's happening. It's working, okay? Give yourself grace. Stay in your lane, meaning don't compare yourself to anybody else. If you start looking at what they're doing on this lane, you're going to end up kind of veering into that lane, and you're going to stop concentrating on what's in front of you, right? And find your pace. There are some coaches that hit the ground running, and they're just like machines because they have the time, and they're just I don't know, they have energy from who knows where. And there are other coaches who just have a steady pace. You need to find your own pace in this business. Let your coach know what your pace is, and we're here to help you at your pace. Your goals, your achievements, right? This is your business. We're just here to help you make it happen. So that's the gist of our Getting Started Right phone call, our training for coaches, for new coaches. I'm going to go ahead and stop share. And if you guys have any questions for me, pop on in, unmute yourself, and I am happy to answer any questions you may have. I'll continue recording just in case you guys have questions to ask me. So, any questions? No? Okay. Zuleika, how do I sign up other people? Is it only through Share a Card? Yeah, Share a Card is actually the easiest way to get somebody started. It's actually one of our new systems, which we are in love with. There, if you send people to the website, I have found that they get lost in the website because there's so much information there. But if they're ready to start with a challenge pack, if you've shared that with them, send them the share card. What you'll need to know is if they're signing up as a coach, what flavor of Shakeology they want, if they're going to start with Shakeology or the performance pack, and their email address. Yeah, Shakeology flavor, email address, and then you just send that to them. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I hope that answers. Yeah, as my business starting to grow, it's a better change. We like to use our names. For example, I like to keep it fluid. You're welcome, Zuleika. We like to keep it fluid. So my Instagram handle is Christina Rodriguez. You're going to be able to find me on Facebook with Christina Rodriguez. There is a coach, Danielle Natoni. She's one of our top coaches. She was branded. She branded herself really early in her business, Fit and Funky, and she, to this day, regrets it. I mean, it's her team name now, but it took her a while to brand herself as Danielle Natoni. So my recommendation, and usually the recommendations of leaders, is to have your name as your Instagram handle. So all that to say, yes, start with your Instagram. Do your Instagram handle. Make it your name. Sorry, I know that was long-winded, but I wanted to share a story so that you understood why. Any other questions? Does that make sense, Melissa? I hope it does. Using Google Forms, how do you benefit from those? Oh, I love Google Forms. I use something called Typeform. What's great is that if somebody's, like for example, if somebody's ready to get started, instead of sending them 5 million questions, okay, what Shakeology flavor do you want? What Energize do you want? You know, all these things, you can send that Google form. That's what I use Google Forms for. I use Typeform for that. I send that form and they fill it out for me, and then I can do their share card that way. A lot of coaches also use the form to build their email list. So I have a landing page that people will put their name and their email address, and then they'll receive the free sample workout for MBF. And the benefit is that I have the email for them, and I can send them the monthly newsletter that I send. So I'm constantly in their email box, in their inbox, and they constantly see my name, so that the next time we have a conversation, or the next time they think, man, I really should get started with something, they're going to think of me. Also, coaches use it to kind of survey people as to where they are. You know, the question that I ask, you know, what are your goals, and, you know, why do you feel now is the right time for you to get started? There are some coaches that do it that way. Right now, I'm not that busy that I need to have a form specifically for that, but you can always do that, you know, where an information form you can send to people. You know, are you interested in coaching? Are you interested in just a customer? What are your goals? Things like that. I like it to be a little bit more personable, where I'm still having a conversation with people. So, you know, there's different Google forms that you can use. It's just it's a preference. It's a preference. But as you start getting busier, it makes more sense to send people the form so that you have everything in one place, and it just keeps you organized that way. So if you want to implement it now, you can, if you wanted to, just to have it there. Zuleika, you only get to Emerald with recruiting coaches. So you would need to have 2 coaches, one on your left leg and one on your right leg. Customers, however, will earn you Success Club points also. So that's also a great thing to help customers with a challenge pack or with Shakeology HD. That will earn you Success Club points. So, but to be Emerald, they need to be coaches, which is a benefit anyway, because, you know, health is a lifestyle, and this is for life. So why not, you know, get the discount on Shakeology? Jen, your coach, Zuleika, just wanted Shakeology on a discount. And then eventually she decided that she wanted to coach. So you never know. I was one of those people too. I didn't want to have anything to do with the opportunity. I didn't want to coach. I just wanted to save money. And here I am, almost 7 years later, building a team. So, yeah. Anything else? No? Okay, I hope everything was pretty clear. I apologize for all those spelling mistakes. I'm going to go back and fix all of that because that's embarrassing. If there is anything you need, please reach out to me, reach out to Jen, reach out to Angie. Melissa, we are cheering you on, sister. I know you're right there with Emerald, right? I'm wondering if I'll see 2 emeralds pop in my downline this week. So, ladies, I'd love to take a picture with you if you don't mind. And that way we can post and share and brag that you guys were here together. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing, stop recording. So let me go ahead and stop recording.